Sit in Sukhasana position. Go back on the mat. Sit in Sukhasana position. We'll start with the prayer for next month. So the prayer is different, both starting prayer and closing prayer. So inhale, take both the arms over your head. Exhale, bring to heart center. Close your eyes, inhale again. Om Sanghachadvam samvadadvam samvo manamsi janatam Deva bhagam yadha purve sanjanana upasate sanjanana upasate sanjanana upasate Inhale, take your hand straight up through the center. Exhale, bring it down through the sides. So this month, the loosening practices are in sitting position. So we'll do the loosening practices first, then we will do, and the Chandra Namaskar comes in this month instead of Surya Namaskar. So first we will do loosening practices. Therefore, keep your legs in front and keep your hands at the back. Then shake both the legs little time against each other. So your hands are supported at the back. Normal breathing is done here. After that, keep both the legs together. Inhale and point your toes forward. Exhale and point your toes backward. Inhale front. Exhale back. Inhale front. Exhale back. Inhale front. Exhale back. One more. Inhale front and exhale back. Now rotate the feet all directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Opposite side. 1, 2, 3. So the heel will be moving front and back. 4 and 5. Now inhale, keep both the hands by the hips. Exhale, bend your left leg, touch chin on the knee. Release, right leg, release, left leg, release, right leg, release, left leg, release, right leg, release. Now bend the left leg, catch bottom of your thigh. So when you catch the thigh, try to keep your hands very close to the knees. Okay. So I will enlarge the picture 1 minute. So when you catch the knee, catch your fingers close to the knee, catching the thigh. Now inhale, straighten the left leg up. Exhale, bend it. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. So everything else is not moving. You can see my hand is not moving forward. Inhale, 3. Exhale, bend. So one common mistake is that people do like this. Inhale, 4, this way. So that's wrong. Try to stretch it upward. Inhale, 5. Exhale, bend. Release it. With the other side now. So catching the thigh, when you catch it, don't catch low. then it's difficult to lift. So catch it close to the knee and the fingers are interlocked like that, interlaced. Then when I lift the leg, the thigh should not move forward. Inhale, lift, exhale, bend. You can see that. Inhale 2, exhale, bend. Inhale 3, exhale, bend. Inhale 4, exhale, bend. One more. Inhale 5, exhale, bend. Now release that leg. Now fold the left leg, cross it over the right thigh. So I fold it and cross it over. So it has crossed the other leg. You saw that. Then catching the toe with the right hand, rotate your ankle. 1, 2, 3, all directions. 4, 5. Reverse. 1, 2. I'm going a little slow. 3, 4, 5. 5 plus 5. Now, when I keep the leg, I have to keep it close to the navel. You saw that the difference? So I was keeping it here, so that I could rotate the ankle. When the ankle is over, then I have to keep it inward on the thigh. So you can see the heel has come close to the navel. Then keeping the hands behind, shake or flap the left thigh. So continuously flap it. So I can feel that this joint, the pelvic joint, that's becoming loose when I do this. So keep the other knee straight. Don't bend it like this. Keep it straight. You can relax that leg, not an issue. After flapping for some time, catch that toe. You can actually hook the toe. You know how to hook the toe? I'll show you. So hooking the toe means we have to use these 2 fingers. These fingers are inserted between the first 2 fingers here. You can see the first 2 fingers. So between the big toe and the second finger. So that's called hook. Getting this hook, inhale and stretch that leg forward. Try to straighten it. Maintain this position for some time with normal breathing. After you have straightened the leg, while keeping it back, keep it along with the hand, like this. Don't drop from here, don't do like that. So from here, along with the hand, try to keep it back. Then right leg fold and cross it over the left thigh. So it has to cross. Then catching the toe with the left hand, rotate the ankle. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all loosening practices. 5. Reverse. 1, 2. Observe and practice. 3. I'm observing. 4, 5. After 5 plus 5, now the position changes. So you have to keep it close to the navel. You saw that? So my feet and the thigh matches. So it's not like this. It's not like this. So I keep it close to the navel. So that is how you keep Padmasana. Then keeping the hands behind, the same way, flap the other thigh. Little time, maybe 4 or 5 breaths. Once you flap for some time, catch again the same way, hook the toe. So I inserted these 2 fingers, inserted it between the first 2 fingers, inhaling, stretch that leg, straightened it with an in-breath. Try to maintain this little time. 2, 3, 4, 5. After some time, along with the hand, place it back. So you have finished loosening both the legs. Now I have to loosen the groin. Therefore, fold both your legs. Keep it close to the groin. Catch both the toe. So don't do like this. Try to bring your chest up and then flap. So this is called butterfly. I think we did it last month during the Baddha Konasana. So this is just a loosening action, that's all. So keep on pumping gradually. So with experience, I can feel some part of the calf muscle is touching the floor. Not always, but sometimes it's touching. So flap it for some time this way. So I have loosened the groin. After flapping for some time, Slowly release your legs in front. Keeping the hands behind, put your chin on the chest and rotate your neck. One. So you saw, I have tilted the head to the side. So I have taken inhalation while doing this much. Then while exhaling, I brought back. Two. I'm going a little slow so that people can understand easily. 2 circles are over. 3. The eyes are closed. What is the reason? Because you may get a giddiness. 4. One more round. 5. See, I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. Opposite side. 1. See, I'm trying to focus on where all I'm touching. 2. Touching the ear, hair, ear and chin. 3. All the sides. 4. It's almost like a good neck massage. See, my legs are relaxed. Do you observe? And 5. So there is no need to keep the legs like this. Just keep it relaxed. So neck rotation is over. Now rowing. How to do the rowing? Keep your legs together. Then hands like this. So rowing is the arms will move forward and backward. This is the rowing action. You have seen the oar of the boat, or how it will move. It is not swimming. Swimming is like this. Swimming is different, rowing is different. So some people do swimming like this. That's not the action. The action is front and back. So take an inhale here. Exhale, row forward. You can dorsiflex. Then inhale, pull back. The arm moves front and back. Exhale, front. See the change in toe? Inhale, back. Exhale, front. Inhale, back. See, I'm leaning a little. Exhale, front. Inhale, back. One more. Exhale, front. And inhale, back. Now change. Exhale, front, backward. Inhale, back. 2, 3. The action is happening on the legs also. 4. One more. 5. That's enough. I finished 10. After that, spread the legs. So, this way. So when you spread the legs, don't sit back like this. Try to bring the body front. The legs are spread, the body comes forward. So interlock the fingers in front. Take an inhale here. Exhale, go to one leg. I'll start from the left. Then till here it's exhalation. Then inhale, come up. If I talk, I cannot breathe properly. How many rounds? 5. Five over. Now opposite. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 3. 4. One more. 5. 10 rounds are over. I finished with the inhalation while coming back. Then fold the legs to Sukhasana. So when you sit in Sukhasana, you can see this leg should not be like this. So keep it supported here. So this feet will support this shin bone or the calf. This feet will support this shin bone. So when you support like that, the knee will not go down like this. So if you keep the knees down, you may have a little pain on the knees or little difficulty. So support both the thighs like this, thighs or the calf muscles, so that you feel comfortable. This is for beginners. Now, seniors, what you should do? You can do either Padmasana or you can keep one leg on the other thigh. So here I keep my right leg first. So here it is supported. So this is called Siddhasana, one leg in Padmasana. Then bring the hands on the eyes. So see, I open the eyelids, far away, rotate. 1, 2. So even if I want to close, I cannot close it now. 3, see, it's watering a little. 4, I feel like closing, but I cannot close. 5, because the fingers are opening it. Other side. 1, you can see the movement. 2, I'm actually looking all corner. 3, 4, breathing is normal. One more round. 5. 5 plus 5 ho gaya. Release your hands to Dhyana Mudra. Now inhale, look at the nose. Exhale, wall. Nose, wall. Nose, wall. I'm having an extension box. I'm looking on that extension box. Nose, wall. Looking at that. Nose. Now keep gazing on the nose for some time. Looking here. Then look at the extension box. In my case, in your case, it may be some other thing, maybe bindi or anything like that, switchboard, anything you can look at that point. Over. So drishti is completed. Now bring the arms in front, parallel. Fist close, open, close. See, wide open, close, wide open, close, wide open, close, wide open. Drop, up, drop, up, drop, up, drop, up, drop, up, close, rotate. 1, 2, 3. See, everything there is a quality. 4, observe. 5, ulta. 1, 2, I'm actually focusing. 3, I'm seeing what is happening to my wrist. 4, 5. Then hands on shoulder. Straight, fold, straight, fold, straight, fold, straight, fold, straight, fold, touch, rotate. So see how the elbow goes upward and then maximum backward. So what is the mistake? I'll show you the wrong process. See, that's the wrong process. You saw that? So what did I do? When I reached there, I obstructed my own hand. See, I forgot that I have to take the elbow up. From here, I obstructed the movement with my own hand on the head and took it sideways. So that means the circle is not complete. So this hand, slightly move it back and take it upward and backward. So this is not fixed. You have to move it accordingly. So it moved little. 3, 4, 5. I finished 5 full breaths. Other side. I inhaled. Exhale. So I try to touch it in front at the same time. One more. 5 plus 5 ho gaya. Interlock the finger. Inhale, stretch the arms. So what did I do? Not here. I lifted. See the difference that I made. Give a nice stretch. Breathing normally. Exhaling, release. Then normal breathing, release the legs. So when I do the practice tomorrow, what I will do? Instead of the right leg, I will keep the left leg up. Or if you want to change it in between, you can do, but you may forget. So you can, next day when you keep the other leg. Seniors, what they should do? They should do Padmasana. So when you do Padmasana, do it both the sides. Today this side, tomorrow the other side, like that. Okay. So I've loosened the legs, neck, eyes, arms, shoulders. The only one remaining is the backbone. So I have to activate the backbone. So what is that for? What is the loosening for that? Marjariasana. So I fold the leg, come to cat pose. So in cat pose, what are the important things? You can see the distance should be forearm. So when I stand, if your torso is longer, you can keep a little forward this way. But it is almost like a forearm distance. This is also forearm. This is also forearm. Knees, feet, you can keep sleeping toes. If you find it tough, you can keep standing toes. Okay. So depending on the right look, keep the finger wide open. Now inhale, lift the head up. So this is neutral. Inhale, head up, tailbone up. You can see. So the middle of the back drops. Look, so you have to push, lift chin up. Don't look, don't do this. Lift it, okay? Then exhale, round. So here also you have to push. Push, is it not like this? Push. You saw the difference. And chin close to chest, look towards navel. Exhale. Inhale. So the shoulder is high even here. So pillars will not change. Pillars are strong. Exhale. You saw that? Rounding. Some people do better than me. Inhale. So the middle of the spine is dropped. Look at the eyebrow. Exhale. Inhale. You're pushing. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Stay there for some time. You can do this way also, no problem. Try to dip. Don't keep center. Dip it. You saw that difference. Not like this. Dip. After 5 numbers, you can reverse it. Don't do like this. So push. Now inhale, look straight. And standing the toe, exhale, just go to mountain. So it's a very steep mountain. Push the ground. 1, 2, 3. So you can see how I'm trying to stretch the back. 4, 5. Last exhale is over. So you can gently look between the hands. So don't go looking here. So look between the hands, take a step. You reached here. You can walk, when you walk little short of the hand, you can come. If you walk too much forward, you may fall. So walk a little short, then inhale and stand up. Come to standing position. So that completes the loosening practice. See, it takes only about 10 minutes, 10 to 12 or 30 minutes. I have taken 20 minutes just because I am explaining. So this is the loosening practice for this month. Any doubts? Otherwise I am going to Chandra Namaskar. No doubts. Don't come to camera. Children, go back. No camera. You go to mat. Go to mat. Nobody should come to computer. No chatting. Thanks. Okay. Bye bye. All that is nothing is there. Stop all those things. Now I am going to do Chandra Namaskara. Just arranging so that you can see me properly. That's the reason. You should be able to fairly see me now, except when I lift the arms, it's okay. So I'm maximizing the visibility. Now I'm going to do Chandra Namaskar. So I'm from Samasthiti here. So inhale, take both the arms over the head. Exhale to heart center. So we do the same prayer. Om. Together. Hiranmayena patrena satyasyapi hitam mukham tattvam pushanna pavrano satyadharmaya drishtaye. Om. So I'm looking at the nose now. I'll show you 4 rounds. Here come inhale. We exhale. Trini inhale, left leg back, hands up. Chatwari, exhale. Pancha, inhale. Shat, exhale. Sapta, inhale. Ashta, exhale. Nava, left leg front, inhale, hands up. Dasha, exhale, hands down, right leg forward. Ekadasha, inhale, bend back. Dvadasha. No mantra. Ekam, inhale. Dvi, exhale. Trini, right leg, inhale, hands up. Chatwari, exhale. Pancha, inhale. Shat, exhale. Sapta, inhale. Ashta, exhale. Nava, right leg, inhale, hands up. Dasha, exhale, other leg forward. Ekadasha, inhale. Dvadasha, exhale. Ekam, Dvi. Trini, left. Chatwari. Pancha, Shat. Sapta, Ashta. नव, दश, एकादश, द्वादश. Fourth round, एकम, द्वि, त्रीणि, right, चत्वारि, पंच, षट्. You can do chaturanga also. सप्त, अष्ट, नव, right, दश, एकादश, द्वादश. So I have finished 4 rounds. Any doubts regarding Chandra Namaskara? No doubts. So I am going to standing asanas now. Starting with the first asana. The first asana of the month is Trikonasana, then Parivarta Trikonasana. So I first start from Samasthiti, from the left side of the mat. Trikona means triangle. 8 steps. Ekam, inhale, right leg out. 3, I'm not breathing properly because I'm talking. Ekam, inhale, right leg out. 3 feet, catch your waist. It's an inhalation. Now, Dvi exhale, turn the right foot, look to the right. So, you can see the heel, both the heel will come on one line. Turn the right foot. And don't turn the shoulder, only look. So, look here. The shoulder is same. So, I was here, I turned the foot and looked to the right. That is exhalation. Trini, inhale, spread the arms, front and back. Looking at the hand. Chatwari, exhale, bend sideways. So try to bring the hand behind the leg, or you can catch the toe, whichever you can. So you can also use bricks for this. If you have bricks, you have to keep 2 bricks. Like this. Come, here. So, ekam, inhale. So when you keep the brick, the 3 feet is required. Catch the waist. Dvi, exhale, turn the right foot, look to the right. Trini, inhale, open the arms. Chatwari, exhale. And then looking at the other hand, you have to start inhaling. Exhale. 1 breath. Inhale. So you can see both the knees are straight. Exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Tail of the exhale, look down. Then inhale, come up. Chatwari, pancha. Shat, exhale, turn the leg and look front. Trini, inhale, turn to the other side. Chatwari, exhale. Looking at the other hand, you have to start the breath. After finishing, 3 breaths, tail of the third exhale, you have to look down. Then inhale, come up. Exhale. Now, Parivarta Trikonasana. First again, inhale, turn to the same side, the right side. Then while exhaling, observe my hand. Sit, no. Take a mat, observe. Then while exhaling, windmill the arms. Twist the body, look at the other hand. So push the ground and try to raise the other arm. If there is no brick, no problem. You can do the same without the brick also. After 3 breaths, look down, then inhale, come up. And that's not for you, that's for them to see. You sit here, you observe what I am doing. Now ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Okay, these people are online. Okay, so from here, inhale, come up, windmill the arms. Then exhale, turn to the front. Inhale, turn to the other side. Now, exhale, how I move the hands? That's called windmilling the arms. And look at the other hand. Try to keep both the knees straight. After 3 breaths, last exhalation, you have to look down. Then inhale, come up, windmill the arms. Exhale. Inhale, catch the waist. Exhale, walk to left. If there is no asana here, we have to jump to front. So from here, jump to the front of the mat. So that's how you have to practice Trikonasana, Parivarta Trikonasana. Then remove the bricks. 4 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಲೇಟ್ ಬರಬಾರು. ಲೂಸ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆಸನ ವೃಕ್ಷಾಸನ. Tree pose. Any doubts till now? Any doubts you can ask in between. Samasthiti. So first I have to take an inhalation. Inhale is over. Exhale, take the left leg. Keep it in the groin. Then inhaling, take both the arms up. Try to balance. Look at one point. Try to keep the elbow straight. One more breath. Exhale. Last inhalation. Now exhale, hands down. Inhale, take the leg forward. Exhale, leg down. So I'm looking at the same point. See, I'm not looking at the screen. Again, inhale. Exhale, other leg. Then inhale, take the arms up. Same way, repeat 3 breaths. After 3 breaths, exhale. Looking at one point. Then inhale. And exhale. See, when I kept the leg, I know that the toes and heels are touching. So that awareness has to come. So that is called Vrikshasana. So we have finished 2 asanas, 3 asanas, Trikonasana, Parivarta Trikonasana and Vrikshasana. These are the 3 asanas in standing position this month. Yeah, one more asana is there. Ardha Kati Chakrasana. Ardha Kati, half hip wheel posture. So from Samasthiti, first starting with the left arm, looking same point. Ekam, inhale, arm up, left arm up. Dvi, exhale, bend to the right. Like that. You saw I pushed the hip that side. So it was not like this. Some people bend like this. Don't do that. Try to push the hip to the other side and bend to the side. Okay. See, I can feel the stretch on this side now. Gradually improve. 1. 2. One more. Nicely stretch. Then inhale, come up. Stretch the arm. Exhale. If you are using the bricks, you can use like that also. So the stretch increases a little. So catch the brick like this. So when that is there, the hand will pull a little more. Ekam, inhale. And Dvi, exhale. So the weight of the brick will pull the body a little. It's like somebody is pulling you from there. Like that. Finishing 3 breaths. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Then keep the brick down. You can do with the bricks or without the bricks. So these are the 3 asanas in sitting position. So I complete 4 asanas. Trikonasana, Parivarta Trikonasana, Ardha Kati Chakrasana and Vrikshasana. 4 asanas. Then we go to sitting asanas. Anytime, any doubts anybody has, you can ask. I think the speaker is on. Yeah, it's on. Then Paschima Uttanasana, forward bending asana. Samasthiti. So the sitting asanas all will be done in one sequence. Paschimottanasana, Ushtrasana, Vakrasana, Gomukhasana. Samasthiti. Back straight. So this is Samasthiti. Don't sit like this. Don't keep hands in front. All these are wrong. So the chest will come up, shoulders will be rolled back when you sit in. This is called Dandasana. Danda means stick. So your back should become like a stick. The hand should be pressed and the body will become straight. The leg will be pointed forward. Ekam, inhale. So toes are pointed, you can see now. Dvi, exhale. So how do I bend? I don't bend rounding. So bring the navel first. First the navel touch, then the chest, then the chin. So like that. So from here, bend like that. So at the same time, the toe will come this way. You saw the till plumb like that. So try to catch wherever you can catch the toe. The best is to catch the heel. If you can catch the heel, reach wherever you can, but look to the toe. So that exhale is over. Again inhale. Exhale, go down further. 2 breaths are over. Inhale. Full. Exhale. Still looking at the toe. Inhale. Fill up. Exhale. Last one. And exhale. One. Trini. Inhale. Sit up. See the toe changed. Chatwari. Exhale. Paschimottanasana is over. Ekam. Inhale. Fold the leg. Dvi. Exhale. Sit Vajrasana. So since the screen is there, I will turn. You are not supposed to turn when you're doing the practice. So that was exhalation. Now take 2 breaths here, looking the front. 1, 2, 3 inhale, stand up. So the knee will become 1 foot distance. The knee distance is 1 foot. So the leg can be sleeping toe or standing toe. Beginners, standing toe. Seniors, sleeping toe. Then Chatwari, exhale, bend back. Putting the hands on the heels, stay there. Then 5 breaths. So keep on pushing the hip forward. I'm taking only 2 breaths because I'll miss time. Then Pancha, inhale, stand up. Catch the waist. Shut, join the knees, exhale and sit down. Sapta, inhale, sit to one side. Ashta, exhale. Samasthiti. Vakrasana. Ekam, inhale, fold the left leg. Left leg. So I'll show you like this. So I fold the left leg, keep it close to the other knee. You don't have to keep it too close. Keep it close to the other knee. This is an inhalation. We exhale, bring the right arm on the left side of the left leg. Like that. And look back. So here it is different from Ardha Matsyendra. In Ardha Matsyendra it was like this. You remember? It was like this. This is Vakrasana. In Vakrasana, it will be one same leg on the same side, like that. But try to bring your chest out and stomach also outside the thigh and catch the toe. Then finish 3 breaths here. So keep this push on. Don't lean back. Try to keep this push. The other toe will be pointed forward. After finishing 3 breaths, inhale, look forward. Release the hand. Exhale, release the leg. Ekam, inhale. Exhale. Like that. After finishing 3 breaths, inhale, look forward, release the hands. Exhale, release the leg. Samasthiti. That is called Vakrasana. So, Paschimottanasana, Ushtrasana, Vakrasana. And the last sitting asana is Gomukhasana. Ekam, inhale, fold your left leg below the right knee. Dvi, exhale, fold your right leg over the left knee, opposite direction, like this. So, one knee, other knee will be same level. And both the toes are backward, not in front like this. Try to keep it backward. So which leg is on the top? The right knee is on the top. So the left hand has to go up. So Ekam is inhale, Dvi exhale. Now inhale, take the left arm up and right arm from the back, bottom. And try to catch the fingers behind. So you cannot see from here, so I'll show you on the other side. I'll turn and do on the other side. So hook the fingers and stay there. Try to straighten the back. Try to bring the elbow also. Then finally inhale. Exhale, release. Chatwari. Inhale, release the right leg. Exhale, release the left leg. I will show the same asana in the opposite side so you can see the finger locking. So Ekam, inhale, fold the right leg. Dvi, exhale, fold the other leg. In opposite direction. You can see the feet has come towards the back. Both the knees are aligned. Trini, inhale, right arm up, left hand from the back. Try to lock it like that. Try to straighten your back. I'll take one more breath. Then exhale, release. Inhale, unlock one leg, top leg. Exhale, unlock the second. To Samasthiti. So you completed all the sitting asanas. Any doubts in sitting asana? You to ask. In doubt, any dia? La. Okay. So that
So
was.
if you're not able to fold both the legs in this asana, what is the next best thing to do?
So little you are able to overlap at least, no, this much.
Yeah.
That's fine. It may not align, no problem. So gradually, the alignment will come. So ideally, the knees, one knee, other knee, and the elbow, the back, the elbow also has to come to the same position. So like that. So there will be a little tilt. Try to straighten it as much as possible, because it's very good for asana for shoulders and all. This asana, Gomukha asana. Okay, it's okay. Gradually, the alignment will come. Okay. So that was Gomukha asana. So we finished 4 asana sitting. What are them? Paschimottanasana, Ushtrasana, Vakrasana, Gomukha asana. Now coming to the inversion sequence. Inversion sequence starts with Urdhva Prasarita Padasana, Sarvangasana, Ardha Halasana, Halasana, Nirlamba Sarvangasana, Markatasana. These are the 5 asanas in inversion sequence. I'm going to quickly show all of them. So I start from Samasthiti. Inhaling, take the arm overhead. Exhaling, point your toes. So when I do this, you can see, I hope you can see from there, the natural shape. See, the lower back has a little curvature will come. I have explained in my video of Sarvangasana. Because when I stretch upward and downward, both are stretched. So the natural shape, see, the cervical spine is curved, the thoracic spine is curved downward, and the lumbar spine is curved upward. See, up, down, and up. So that's the natural shape of the spine. That will come when you stretch front upward and backward. See, if you don't do it like this, if you start from here, your back will be flat, and you can get a pain while you lift the leg. But when you stretch properly, the original shape of the spine will come. Now, Urdhva Prasarita Padasana. Left leg 30, inhale. I'm going a little fast. Exhale. Right leg. Then 60. $90. Now both 30. See, I'm taking the weight with the spine. Last one, 90. From here, I will not go down. I bring the hand down. Then, using this elbow and the palm, both should be pressed. With that pressure, swing up. Like that. So I'll take 5 breaths. Today only 2 breaths today. Exhale, left leg down. Ardha Halasana. Inhale, bring it back. Then the right. See, other leg did not change. After 2 breaths, inhale, bring back. Then both. Now the drishti changed to the nose. Halasana. One more. When I support the back, inhale, come up. Then exhale, Nirlamba Sarvangasana. So stay without the hand support. Seniors must keep your hands on the thigh, like that. Balance. Then inhaling, support the back. Exhaling, hips down. Inhale, spread the arms. Exhale, put the left leg down. Inhale here. Now exhale, take the right leg to the left hand, Markatasana. And catch it with the other hand. Then if possible, look to the other side. Three breaths here. Try to keep the other leg straight. After 3 breaths, inhale, bring it back. Exhale. Inhale, take the other leg. And exhale, take it to the other hand. Try to catch it with the other hand. As far as possible, try to keep the other leg straight. Looking at the other hand. After finishing 2-3 breaths, inhale, come up. Exhale, leg down, hand down. Relax in Shavasana. So that was, so what the last asana is a new one. Some of you may not have done that. That's called Markatasana, taking the leg to the opposite side. So this completes the inversion sequence. And then we go to the back bending sequence. Any doubts on inversion, you can ask now. Otherwise, I'm going to back bending.
So what is the translation for Markatasana? Just 1 second.
Yeah?
Markatasana, what exactly does it mean, sir? The pose.
Markata means this one, monkey. Markata. It's called the monkey pose. Monkey pose. It's a twisting asana. It stretches the back and twists the hip joint. Twist the hip joints. It works more on the hips and the outer abductors of the leg.
Both the knees are straight in this asana, right?
This
So
asana, both the knee should be straight. Yeah.
is it okay to bend the knee slightly?
Yeah, it's okay. Try whatever possible, because some of you may not be reaching like fully. Like from here, when the leg goes down, it may go here. It's okay. So here actually you can feel the entire hip joint twist. The lower back twists actually. More of the lower back and the spine twist, because this shoulder is here and the leg pulls the bottom to the other side. So gradually try to take it up. Maybe a little the leg may move, no problem. Try to get that stretch when the leg goes this side. So it's a twisting asana. This asana is called Markatasana. Try to keep it in towards the shoulder, whatever possible. If you're not able to catch the leg, it's okay, no problem. Yeah, then comes back bending sequence. Setubandhasana, Chakrasana, Ardha Pranamuktasana, Naukasana. So Setubandhasana, already you know. Since beginners are there, we'll be showing Samasthiti and exhale. Ekam, bend the legs with an in-breath. Do exhale, catch your ankles. Sorry, that is also Ekam. Then Dvi, inhale, lift your hips. That bridge will come. You can see I'm trying to lift the center of the neck. See how the stomach is rising and falling. But I am not looking at that. I am looking at my nose. Increasing the height maximum. With the exhale, change the hand. Then with an inhale, rise up. While exhaling, you have to walk. Stay high. Last inhale, lift the heel. Look deeper. Then exhale, come down. Inhale to release. And exhale. That was Setubandhasana, Chakrasana. After that, there will be 5 numbers. Then Samasthiti. Ekam inhale, Ardha Pavana Mukta. Dvi exhale. Locking DNS. Looking at the nose. Accommodating the breath. If you want, you can catch like this also. Then inhale, head down. Look to ceiling. Exhale. Ekam. Dvi. After finishing 3 breaths, Trini, Chatvari. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. One more. Last inhalation. Exhale. Inhale to Makarasana. One normal breathing here. After some time, turn to the other side also. During an exhale, press your palm by the chest. Then inhale, stand up on the knees. Exhale, turn. Ardha Shirshasana. Inhale, keep your knees, legs together. Exhale, keep the elbow close to the knee. Then inhale, interlock your fingers. Exhale, head on the floor. Then inhale, lift the knees to Ardha Shirshasana. That's all. Try to keep the weight in front. If possible, look at your nose. Otherwise, look at the feet. After 5 breaths, exhale, keep your knee down. Take an inhalation here. And exhale, relax. Balasana. Normal breathing. Then inhale, sit up. Exhale, interlock. Inhale to Parvatasana. Straighten the back. Exhale, hands down. That finishes all the asanas of the month. Any doubts in whatever we did till now? Otherwise, I will go to pranayama.
No doubt.
How to get the uh, height in both Sedubandhasana as well as in Naukasana?
So Naukasana, it's a strength based asana. It's not the flexibility there. Naukasana, it needs that strength of the body. The overall body strength is required. How to stretch the arm up, leg up. So you're tightening the entire body to lift the Naukasana. The technique is different. It needs strength and stability, all those things. But Chakrasana is more of, as I told you, in Setubandhasana, that rotation of the shoulder is the key. When you do Setubandhasana, from this position, when I lift, if you stop here, that's all. See, many people stop here. You can see the difference now.
Sir, I stop sometimes. Avarita.
So this, you should not stop here. From here, see how I moved the shoulder. You saw that? I move the shoulder down. Rotate the shoulder. Don't keep your shoulder outward like this. If you do this, gone. So take the shoulder down and lift the hip. You got that? That height has to come. The trick is shoulder rotation. So when you rotate the shoulder down, the center neck, the cervical spine, that goes a little up. So the cervical spine will not take load. Just like you do in Sarvangasana and Halasana, shoulder rotate. Rotate shoulder down. That is the technique for Setubandha. And
It's like curving inside.
yeah, so the center of the spine, that goes up. Shoulders come down. So
Basically you check whether your shoulder blades are touching the floor. You should not touch. Just rotate it, then automatically it will go up.
yes. So that's a trick. And the grip on the ankle should be firm. Some people catch like this, so they will not lift. See, this much only, very weak. See, no, there is no effort. See, no holding only. Where the Setubandha will come? You have to catch. You have to catch. Then that lift will come. Don't stop here. Rotate, rotate. And you can see the chest comes to the chin. The chin doesn't go to the chest. Chest has to come to the chin. So do Setubandha like that. Good question.
Thank you.
Thank you. Then
Sir,
come
where should our drishti be in Chakrasana?
eyebrow. Chakrasana eyebrow.
Okay, sir.
Because you have to look down. I mean, the head has to go down. So the more you look towards the eyebrow, the more head will go inside.
Okay, sir.
And inhale, exhale especially during inhale for Sakrasana,
No.
there is always I feel a muscle pull kind of thing in the tummy area. Is it that posture is not right or?
No, that is because the reason is the back arch is not full. So if the back arch improves, the breathing becomes very easy. Maybe that's the reason, because the arch has not come and the shoulder has not come above the wrist. So if the arch is not there, like this, if you're staying, I'm not saying you're staying like that when you lift. So if the arch is not there, it will be somewhere like this, or the elbow is not straight. It may be straight, but you might be feeling tight on the back. So it's tough to breathe. See, the chest is tough. But when you rise, when this comes, the stomach is easy. See, the stomach is rising. I'm breathing with more of the lower lungs. So that chest is tight. So Chakrasana, more of breath happens with the abdomen. Not because the chest is pulled, so chest may not be able to expand fully. So breathe with more of the lower lungs in Chakrasana, lower and the middle lungs. So that was
Sir,
all the asanas. Any other queries in asanas?
yes, sir, in Vrukshasana, while releasing a leg, we have to stretch that leg forward and release down.
Yes, you have to straighten the leg forward, then put it down.
Okay.
Yeah. Because see, when you bring the hands down, it's an exhalation. Now you have to match for the next number. Benefit of that is there is a psoas muscle. See, from the back, the psoas muscles. You just search in Google, PSOAS. It's there. So when you keep your leg like this, the psoas muscles, the muscle which come from the back till here, that becomes tight. So that will help for strengthening the back also. When we keep the leg in front like this.
Okay,
See,
sir.
I am taking the weight of the leg with that muscle. So the muscle which comes from here till the front, there is a muscle which flows. So that becomes stronger, psoas muscles. You have to catch that weight.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Then the pranayama this month is Kapalabhati and Nadi Shuddhi. So in Kapalabhati, I'll come a little closer. Any convenient position should be good. Tanmay, go back if you can see the camera properly, I mean the screen. So Kapalabhati is done with abdominal breathing. You can come here. Yeah. So it's a focus is more on out breath, not on in breath. Inhale is passive, exhale is active. If you want, you can keep your hand on the stomach to feel it. Now you can see, when I'm keeping the hand, you can see how the stomach moves. Practice, show it how to do it. That's it, easy. Perfect, you got it. I think you're already practicing. So Kapalabhati, she's already practicing. Uma is there, only one person in studio today, no problem. So the focus, you can hear the sound of exhalation only. Inhalation is happening, but the sound will not be much. That's correct. So that's called Kapala. Kapala means skull, Bhati means shine. Skull shine breathing. The name indicates improvement of the thoughts. The thoughts become more clear. So it's it also improves the windpipe, the functions of the windpipe. So if you have any difficulty on the back or anything on the neck, anything like that, you can go a little mild, like this also is possible. You can go very slow, no problem. Whatever your speed, like that you can practice. So that is called Kapalabhati. I'm going quick. And then the Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama, then comes Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. So right hand will be Nasika Mudra. You should know what is Nasika Mudra. So like this is Nasika Mudra. The center two fingers fold inside. Thumb is straight. The last two fingers are straight like that. Then curl like a C shape. It has to come like a C shape. You saw that? C shape. Correct. Then bring it to the bone. Right hand. So when you keep the finger, you have to keep it on the bone. Bone is okay. Then put the chin down. If you can put the chin down, it's better. If there is a neck pain, keep your chin up. But when you keep your chin up, the hand will start paining because it may not be resting. So when you keep it down, it's easier. So and then you have to breathe in from the right nose first. So the timer will be there. So when you breathe, don't remove finger. Finger, what is the reason for finger? Finger, in prayojana, control madoduku. That finger is for controlling. So don't remove. Adu whole adjust the finger. Okay. So you have to adjust the hole with that finger. You can see. I'm not removing the finger. You can see here. See, if you don't do Nadi Shuddhi like this. This is wrong. ಅದು ರಾಂಗ್, ತಪ್ಪು. ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. you have to keep that nose closed, half, because your breathing should be long. Okay, like that. Full inhale aitu. Now exhale from the other side. So little I'll open this. Don't remove it. Now you hold it for some time here. Then inhale from the left side. So how the chest is rising. Hold it for some time. Exhale. Close. Inhale. So that's the technique. So you have to inhale from one side, hold your breath inside for I think 6 seconds, exhale from this side, hold the breath for 4 seconds. So it is 8, 6, 8, 4. The timing will be there. So that is how you have to do practice Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. The important points are the finger, how to keep the finger, then delaying the breath, slow inhalation, slow exhalation. Other thing is the chest has to bulge when you inhale. So you would have observed how the chest was rising. Chest mele barabeku. So whatever last month we did know Vibhagiya Pranayama, that concept you have to implement. In all pranayama, that concept has to be implemented. So try to implement whatever you learned last month in this month in Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. So that is Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. Then comes Brahmari Pranayama this month. The last pranayama will be Brahmari. Brahmari is done with closing the eyes and 7 rounds. And the tongue will be kept on the upper, below the teeth. Here, below the teeth. When you say N, no? Na, like that. But don't keep the teeth together. Teeth will be slightly separate, but the mouth is closed, like that. Closing the ears. Like that, you have to do 7 rounds. So finger, how is the finger? Thumb finger, eyebrow. Middle finger, eyes. Ring finger, nose. Little finger, upper lips. And thumb finger, close the ears. Ears closed, atra. That is Brahmari Pranayama. Brahmari Pranayama, very good for calm nervous system. Calm madudu. Very good for improving sleep quality, reducing anxiety, depression, bringing more clarity of thought. Speaking slow, very clear. For that, all those things, Brahmari Pranayama, very good. Distraction of mind, good for migraine problem, good for unexplained headache, all these things. Good for your rhinitis, sinusitis, throat problems, everything, all these upper respiratory system, Bhramari Pranayama. So that
And
cleanses.
and the chanting is Nakara.
Nakara, correct, Sridhar. Na. So we will be keeping the tongue on the na, like telling the letter N.
Not Makar, not M. It is
Yeah,
N.
N. But the lips are closed. Na, that one. Na, like that. Mouth closed. So sound whichever you like, you can do. Like you can do like this also. Whichever you like. You find nice sound, no? That good for the ears also. Some problems like I think it's called tinnitus. There is oversensitive ears. Some people while sleeping they get sound in the ears. Oversensitive ears. For that also this is good because it calms those olfactory nerves and on the inside the nose and which goes to the ears. The sound of those automatic sound will be reduced. So this is Bhramari. And then we do Shavasana. Then advanced asana of the month is Hanumanasana and Shirshasana. So I will show Hanumanasana on one side. I hope you can see me properly. So in Hanumanasana, we start from cat position. You can use the fingers or the bricks. If the bricks are there, it's very easy. With bricks, the height will come very easily because like this. Then you can keep like this also. If you do Hanumanasana with this, it's very easy. So when the height comes, inhale, take one leg front. I'll start with the left leg. While exhaling, push the leg forward. So correct position has to come. Then again start inhaling. Look forward. Exhale. Keep on increasing the depth. If you're comfortable, try to raise the arms. Exhaling, hands down. Inhaling, walk back. Exhaling, cat. Same way, repeat the other side. So that is called Hanumanasana. So this is the advanced asana of the month. And the other asana is Shirshasana. So some small tips about Shirshasana I will give. So while doing Shirshasana, try to observe those small tips. Always you can start with the wall initially. When you do beginners, start with the wall. So keeping the hand like that, keep about 1 palm distance, 1 hand distance from the wall. Interlock your fingers except the little finger. Little finger will be inside. Keeping the crown on the floor with an in-breath, lift your knees, walk forward little, and then if you want to leap, you can leap. So take that leap and go to the wall. So that you have to come that jump like that. So you have to shift the weight to the front and jump. If it's possible, then touch the back and try to fold the leg up. If you can do this much, it's very easy to go to Shirshasana. If it's tough, you can take one leg up, try to go to the wall and balance with the wall support. If possible, look at your nose. Then, while coming down, bring one leg down. Touch it, then bring the other leg. So once you are able to balance properly on the wall, try to take the legs away from the wall and then balance. So this is how you have to learn Shirshasana. Initially, rest even back on the wall, this is also fine. Like this, stay for some few days. Then take the hips off the wall. Then take one leg. Then take other leg and try to balance. If you're good with all these steps, then you have to try folded leg balancing. Like this way. You can balance like this. And then, if you've done this much, it's easier. Gradually, try to take the leg up. Whenever you lose the balance, keep it. Then again bring it. Keep it. Again bring it. Keep it. Again bring it. Keep it. Again bring it. Like that. So use these techniques. So I told you what is the most important part of Shirshasana is folded leg balancing. Try to get that. This one. If you get this, everything is easy. Then take it back and unfold it.
Sir, while coming down, it then the Shishasana, what do you call that?
Yeah.
While coming down, then a Shishasana, my legs fell down, not.
Okay, no problem. Keep trying. Okay, any doubts? Otherwise, anybody in the advanced class, children class, any doubts? Advanced class, children class.
So Parshva Dhanurasana, sir, if you can show one.
In the Dhanurasana, after finishing the last inhalation, while exhaling, roll to one side. You can slightly release the arch when you are going to one side. Samasthiti. Inhale, bend the leg. Exhale, catch. Inhale, lift up. After finishing the inhale, roll to left. Try to look up. One breath here. Then inhale, come up. Exhale other side. Keeping the arch on. Try to look up. Inhale, roll up. Exhale down. So the important thing is, try not to keep the thigh down. From here, try to keep the thigh up and roll. So that the bottom of the thigh did not touch. When you roll up, so the thigh did not touch the floor. So try to keep your thighs in the air when you roll to the sides. That is one important. And look towards the sky when you roll to that side. Exhaling, roll to the left. Take a breath or two. Inhaling, come up. Exhale the other side. It's not very difficult. It's easy asana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, can I request you to show the holding ground once in Chandra Namaskara? Holding ground, just for the breathing sake.
So from here, we start holding from the Anjaneya Asana position. So, ekam inhale, dvi exhale. Trini, left leg, inhale, hands up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Exhale. One more breath. Five. Left leg. Inhale, hands up. Exhale. Inhale, other leg. Sorry. Exhale, same. 2 breaths here. After 2 breaths, inhale, come up. Here, normal breathing. Exhale, come back. Then, inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. So what was your query in that?
So basically, the breathing count. So whenever you hold and do the breathing, so what is the breathing count for each position? So I see.
So each of the position from Anjaneya Asana, 2 breaths, then Adho Mukha Dandasana, 2 breaths, Ashtanga Namaskara or Chaturanga Dandasana, 2 breaths, Adho Mukha Shvanasana, 5 breaths. Except all that, it will be 2 breaths each, barring that stretching back. That time it is normal breathing because it's very difficult to breathe there.
Yes, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other asanas in advanced class, children class, or 8:15 or 11 o'clock? 11 o'clock is not much difference. Nobody? What, Anshuman? No doubts, huh?
No, sir.
Okay. In your class, did you go through the list of asanas?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then that in this one advanced class, this one is there. Ashtavakrasana, I hope they know. I mean, who is there? Preeti is there. Ashtavakrasana. So from that cat position, so you have to insert the arm, Ashtavakrasana. One arm below the other, below that leg. So taking that support, take the leg in front, lock it like this. And with that balance, try to bend forward and balance there. There is Ashtavakrasana. You saw that? So trying to wrap the legs and taking the weight on that elbow. That is Ashtavakrasana. That is one new asana this month. Then Then other advanced asana was Crown Chasana, that I think you know. Tolasana, Uttita Hastavadam Krishtasana. Sorry. Kurmasana, Supta Kurmasana. Supta Kurmasana. The steps I will show how to do that sequence. Samasthiti? I hope it's visible. Here come. Inhale, spread the legs. Exhale, bend it slightly. Then, while inhaling, insert the arms. Inhaling, insert the arms. While exhaling, go down. Then start inhaling. Exhaling, go further. Keep on pressing. You press your arms with the thighs. Maximum flatness. Then inhale, bend the leg. Then here, you exhale, take the hands back. Take the lock first. Then inhale, cross your legs. Then exhale, put the head down. So that is Supta Kurmasana. You can see the fingers are interlocked. Finish the last exhalation. Then inhale, sit up. Sit up. While exhaling, release the hands and press it. Then from here, keeping the hand down, inhale, pick up to Tritikasana. So that's how you have to do it. Then carefully go to Bakasana. Like that. So that's the sequence. So
this is the sequence for children's batch or advanced class?
in advanced batch only.
Oh, okay.
Now that lifting to Titipasana is not there. That is coming from the Ashtanga sequence.
Oh, okay, okay,
It's
sir.
not there. In Ashtanga sequence, you have to unlock the hand, press it, lift to Titipasana, go to Bakasana, then Chaturanga, like that.
So is that in the primary this Ashtanga series?
Yeah, it's there. It's there.
Primary itself, is it? Okay.
Okay. That is but in this class that will be there. That one Kurmasana, Supta Kurmasana is there. So I just showed you how to bend the legs, come up a little, then take the hand back in Supta Kurmasana, sleeping tortoise. Remaining asanas are same in your case. In children class, almost not many asanas. Crown Chasana is there. So in your class also Crown Chasana is there. In Crown Chasana, you come, inhale, fold the left leg, backwards, side of the buttocks. Exhale, heron pose it's called. Exhale, bend the leg and catch below the feet with your interlocked fingers. Trini, inhale, raise the leg and touch the chin on the knee. Then start exhale. Try to look at the toe. You can feel this is stretching. Exhaling, release. Inhale, release that neck. Exhale, release that. That's called Crown Chasana. So that's there in your class also. your advanced class and your children class both. Then Sarvangasana, Halasana, rolling up to Ubhayapada Vrishasana. It's a little tricky one, not very easy. Sometimes I also don't get it. Rolling up with straight legs. So from Halasana,
the trick of that rolling up, it's a little tricky. So the force of the leg has to take you up.
you catch it like that. You saw that? I took the leg up, with that force, I took the body up.
So from here, I took that leg up.
Then pull the body up. Got it? So if you don't use that force, you cannot lift. So if you do like this, no, I cannot lift. See? I cannot lift. So the leg has to shoot, but you should not overshoot also. Then catch it again. So that is rolling up to Ubhayapada Vrishasana. So that's the sequence in your advanced class and children class that will come. Any other doubts anybody wants to ask? Otherwise, we just have about 2 or 3 minutes, that's all.
Sir, in Brahmi Pranayam, we have to keep our ear all the time closed.
Ear on the?
We have to keep our ear closed all the time.
Yes, ears are closed, plugged with your thumb
Okay, sir.
continuously. So they will go to the closing prayer. So this month the closing prayer is Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. So inhale, take the arms up. Exhale to heart center. You have to take the arms up. Then to heart. That is Namaskar Mudra. Close your eyes. Inhale again. Mute your mic. Mute. Who is on unmute? Please mute it. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Gently bow down. Thank God for this. And come back. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.